Black Friday deal time finally. The big sales have hit the eShop, and you know we had to take a look at some of the best ones. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. I'm JP, and welcome to Good Talk HQ. Today's video is one of many that will be coming out over the next few days, as there's just too many games to cover in a single video. With that in mind, today we're going to take a look at some of the best deals that are in that sweet spot between $5 and $10, which is usually a great place to find some amazing games on a budget. Plus, so many have finally gone back on sale that it's such a great time to be a Nintendo fan. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. We hope you enjoyed the video and consider joining our awesome group by hitting that red button down below. We'd love to welcome you, plus it will enter you into the giveaway that we do at the end of each month for one of our free eShop gift cards. Just leave us a comment down below so we can find your name and add you to the list, and be sure to tune in for the winner announcements in the next couple of days. To the extended family, thank you as always for being here with us again today. We're definitely grateful for the continued love that you give us every week. Alright folks, remember more videos will be coming, so stay tuned. Happy Thanksgiving for those that are celebrating, and with all that said, let's go ahead and jump into the list and save some money together. Please stay safe out there and enjoy the video. Let's go ahead and start off with A Short Hike. This is an action platformer with a unique pixel art style of graphics available for one player. It comes to us from publisher Whippoorwill and offers a main story that should last roughly 3 or 4 hours to wrap up. Now while the story for the game is pretty short, it's sure to grip you in and will definitely hold your attention. Players will have to hike, climb, and soar through the peaceful mountainside landscapes of Hawk Peak Park, and you're left to explore at your own pace in any direction that your heart desires. The soundtrack was another highlight, and it did a great job once again of adding to the immersion. If you're interested in A Short Hike, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on December 1st. It's marked down 30% to a new all-time low of just $5.59. Arietta of Spirits is a single-player action RPG from Third Spirit Games with a main story that should last roughly 4 or 5 hours, and it centers around a young girl and her family as they vacation to their cabin in the woods. Now this game is full of charm and emotion throughout and features amazing retro graphics, interesting characters, simple gameplay mechanics, and a vast world to explore. Plus there are tons of secrets to find as well, and this game is well worth it while on sale. If you're interested in Arietta of Spirits, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on December 1st. It's marked down 50% to an all-time low of just $9.99. Next we have Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon 2. This is an action platformer from Inti Creates and offers players between 10 and 20 hours of awesome gameplay. It brings classic 2D action and a dark 8-bit aesthetic together with modern gameplay mechanics, making for an amazing game here on the Switch. We again must battle our way through a multi-scenario style story as we form the group of warriors to battle through waves of demons on our way to meet their maker. Curse 2 added 3 playable characters, and the best part is you can add a friend in 2-player local co-op, which is a series first, so keep that in mind if you're considering getting this or the first title. They're both on sale right now, but you can get Curse 2 until December 1st, marked down 45% to an all-time low of just $8.24. Bulletstorm: The Duke of Switch Edition is a single-player action FPS from Gearbox Publishing, offering more than 10 hours of gameplay. Plus, the Switch version lets us play through the entire campaign as Duke Nukem himself. We assume the role of an exiled member of an assassin group that has been stranded in a hostile territory. We have to blast our way through hordes of enemies as we seek the man that sent us to an early grave. It even has voice acting and dialogue from the original Duke, so that adds a little bit of a touch to the game. If you're interested in this one, now's the time to grab it up while on sale until December 1st. It's marked down 75% to just $7.49, which again is an all-time low. Next we have Children of Morta. This is an action RPG from publisher 11-Bit Studios and offers a main story that can last more than 20 hours. The game is available for 1 or 2 players in local co-op and is a story of a valiant family standing together while the world around them is being devoured by darkness. It's shown from a top-down view and features some amazing pixel art graphics, plus you have 7 playable characters, each different member of the family, and they all play vastly different from one another. If you still haven't picked this one up, Children of Morta is back on sale until December 1st, marked down 61% to a new all-time low of just $8.57. Enter the Gungeon is a twin-stick shooter from Devolver Digital and is available for 1 or 2 players in local co-op. The main story should last more than 50 hours to complete, and this is one of my personal favorites. Now this is a bullet hell dungeon crawler featuring some of the toughest boss battles and stages in the genre. The pixel art and sound effects they used are amazing, and the music gets you pumped up to keep going. This is one of those tough but rewarding games where you'll get that addicted feeling to just one more run. You have weapon upgrades, secrets, and more. If you're interested in this one, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on December 1st. It's at a new all-time low of just $7.49, which is 50% off and well worth the price. Next we have Foregone. This is a single-player action platformer from Big Blue Bubble and offers more than 10 hours of main story gameplay on average. Now this is a fast-paced 2D platformer with amazing pixel art graphics and an immersive soundtrack. We take over the role of a super soldier who's been tasked with defending our city by uncovering the secrets of the past. Along the way you find and collect a vast arsenal of powerful weapons as well as learn new powerful skills that you'll need to face off against the final boss. There are tons of enemies to have some fun with, and this game is highly recommended while on sale until December 1st. If you're interested in Foregone, it's marked down 70% to an all-time low of just $5.99. Next up we have God Eater 3. This is a 3D action-adventure title from Bandai Namco and offers players more than 40 hours of gameplay, once again on average. It also has multiplayer action for up to 2 to 4 players offline and up to 8 players online. In this one, we assume the role of a young God Eater trying to survive in a harsh world. You can customize your character, alternate between fighting stances, alternate between weapon types, and so much more as you have to rise above this world of desolation to discover your true destiny. The combat is fast and fun, and you can play it on the go, solo, or with friends. If you're interested in God Eater 3, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends again on December 1st. It's currently marked down 84% to a new all-time low of just $9.59. GRIS is a single-player action-adventure platform game from Devolver Digital and offers a main story that should last roughly 4 to 6 hours to wrap up. Now this is a serene and evocative experience, free of danger, frustration, or even death. Players will get to explore a massive world that's brought to life with delicate art, detailed animations, and an original soundtrack. There are environmental puzzles, platforming, and skill-based challenges to overcome as you work to navigate your way through the emotions of the young female protagonist. The game is beautiful and emotional and highly recommended at the sale price. If you're interested in GRIS, be sure to check it out before the sale ends on December 1st. It's marked down 60% to just $6.79, which again is an all-time low. Next we have Hand of Fate 2. This is a single-player tabletop deck-building RPG from Deviant Development, offering more than 40 hours of gameplay, and honestly it's sort of a blend of multiple genres rolled into one. They managed to pull it off flawlessly though, and the blend of deck building and questing is truly rewarding as it can be quite difficult at times. It's a battle of wit and strength against the mysterious dealer, but if you choose your cards wisely and make it through to the end, you'll have played with one-of-a-kind experience here on the Switch. If you're interested in Hand of Fate 2, the wait was well worth it, and this one is currently on sale for just $9.89, marked down 67% to an all-time low until December 1st. Huntdown is a 2D action platformer from Coffee Stain Games and is available for 1 to 2 players offline with a main story that should last roughly 6 to 7 hours to wrap up. The game is set in a distant future where crime has filled the streets and gangs rule as cops hide in fear. It obviously immediately reminded me of the original RoboCop and allows you to hunt down these criminals solo or with a friend through each of the amazing stages, fully inspired by the 80s. The hand-painted pixel art and hand-drawn animations were gorgeous on the Switch, and this is another one of our personal favorites at the channel. If you're interested in Huntdown, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on December 1st. It's marked down 50% to an all-time low of just $9.99. That's a steal, not a deal. Next up we have Iconoclasts. This is a single-player 2D adventure game from Bitfrost Entertainment that will take roughly 10 to 15 hours to complete. In this one, players get to explore a large open world filled with challenging puzzles, interesting characters, and plenty of bosses and baddies to keep you busy. In fact, the game actually features more than 20 intense boss battles. The game is presented with an amazing retro style and sound, and there's even a few difficulty settings to add accessibility for younger players. It's been a little bit since this one was on sale. If you're interested in Iconoclast, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on December 1st. It's marked down 70% to an all-time low of just $5.99. Katana Zero is a single-player action platformer from Devolver Digital with the main story that should last roughly 6 to 7 hours to wrap up. The story is told through these awesome cinematic sequences that weave throughout, culminating in a twist ending. The action is insanely fast and the game gives you that freedom to tackle each stage in many different ways. However, one wrong move or mistimed attack and it's lights out. Luckily though, the game is very forgiving in death and you're brought right back into the action right away basically. The subplot with the little girl in the apartment next door was so good, you'll see if you decide to pick it up. If you're interested in Katana Zero, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends. Again on December 1st, it's marked down 40% to an all-time low of just $8.99. Next we have the Last Campfire. This is a single-player adventure puzzle-style game from publisher Hello Games and offers players roughly 5 to 6 hours of main story gameplay. This is a gorgeous game, and it's the story of a lost ember trapped in a puzzling place and trying to find their way home. It adds a few new tricks to the simple mechanics of these style puzzle platformers and an amazing narrative. I can't overstate how beautiful every part of the game was, plus the soundtrack and sound effects are top notch. Now perhaps I'm a bit biased as I love indie games, but this is a must buy for me. Grab it up before the sale ends on December 1st. It's marked down 60% to an all-time low of just $5.99. Next up we have The Messenger. This is a single-player action platformer from Devolver Digital and offers a main story that should last more than 10 hours to wrap up. The game features dynamic acrobatic gameplay and amazingly tight controls. Along the way you'll find cool upgrades and new abilities to unlock, hidden levels, and a story with branching paths that you can take. Speaking of the story, it's a tale of redemption and survival as you'll be fighting to save your home village after an invasion. The game starts with an 8-bit look and then switches to 16, which was awesome. This again is one of our favorite games and highly recommended, so I would suggest checking it out before the sale ends on December 1st. It's marked down 60% to just $7.99, matching its all-time low. Next up, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. This is another one of our personal recommendations here at the channel, and this is a single-player 2D platformer from FDG Entertainment that offers more than 20 hours of main story gameplay. The game features gorgeous hand-drawn art and animations and one of the best soundtracks on the list. One of the most unique aspects of the gameplay is your ability to transform into one of the 6 different forms, each with their own unique playstyles and skill sets. This will greatly affect how you tackle each obstacle in the level as you progress through. Honestly, if you like platformers and haven't picked this one up, it's absolutely worth the sale price. Right now it's marked down 75% to a new all-time low of just $9.99. Make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on December 1st. Next we have Momodora, Reverie Under the Moonlight. This is another 2D action platformer with a somber atmosphere and compelling lore. We play as a young priestess as she seeks an audience with the queen, the only person that can lift the curse that's plaguing the land. The game features gorgeous pixel art graphics, smooth gameplay and animations, and once again an amazing soundtrack. You can customize your different items to maximize them for damage, which would definitely come in handy when facing off against the epic boss battles. Now this one is definitely tough, so be forewarned that it may cause some rage injuries. But if you're into video game punishment, make sure to check out this one before the sale ends on December 1st. It's marked down half price to just $7.49, matching its all-time low. Next we have My Friend Pedro. This is a single-player 2D platform shooter from Devolver Digital with a download size around 6 GB and a main story that should last roughly 6 or 7 hours to wrap up. Now this game requires strategic use of the mechanics such as twin-stick aiming and the slow motion ability. It does give you a true sense of connection to the character, and you have amazing control over both hands and your body as you twist and turn through the air, unleashing a wall of bullets towards your enemies. This is another fan favorite when on sale, and for good reason. It's a blast to play. If you're interested in My Friend Pedro, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on December 1st. It's marked down 60% to an all-time low of just $7.99. Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch is a single-player RPG from Bandai Namco and offers a main story that could last more than 60 hours. This game features some of the most endearing writing, music, and visuals that you'll likely see or hear here on the Switch. This is a must-play for RPG fans or fans of games with great storytelling. You play as a young boy named Oliver as he embarks on an adventure through a world he doesn't quite understand. The world is inhabited by both friend and foe, and your only goal is to save your mother. Along the way, you'll find and tame familiars, which you can use to take on enemies and overcome tougher challenges. This is truly a great game. Make sure to check it out before the sale ends on December 1st. It's marked down 80% to an all-time low of just $9.99. Next up we have the Ninja Saviors: Return of the Warriors, which is an amazing 2D retro fighter for 1 or 2 players in local co-op and offers around 4 or 5 hours of main story gameplay. Now the game does have a lot of replayability, so your mileage may vary with this one. Now this is a reboot of a classic game from Taito Games and puts us in the role of one of the 5 android ninjas as we brawl our way through waves of enemies. With 8 levels to fight through, either solo or like I said with a friend for the first time in the series, improved mechanics and sound, this is a great value while on sale until December 1st. Right now you can pick it up for half price, marked down to just $9.99, which is an all-time low and definitely worth checking out. Okami HD is a single-player adventure game from Capcom and offers more than 40 hours of main story gameplay. The art style and animations are top-notch of course, and this is a classic title. The port was done perfectly here to the Switch. We once again assume the role of the sun goddess in her white wolf form as we try to restore the once beautiful world around us. The Switch version added support for touch controls as well, which is nice for people who like that option. Plus, you can play the original aspect ratio or widescreen, whichever you'd prefer. This is another must play, and if you're interested in Okami HD and still haven't picked it up, now is the perfect time as it's on sale until December 1st, marked down half price to an all-time low of just $9.99. The Persistence is a single-player, first-person horror experience from Fire Sprite Games and offers players a procedurally generated space station that they get to explore. The only problem is, the crew have been mutated into horrific creatures, and they have a taste for blood. Players will have to dive deep into the space colony in order to repair the ship and get it operational again. Now along the way you'll find cool weapon upgrades, areas where you can alter your DNA in order to improve your health and defenses, and one really cool feature is that the game allows you to have a second player connect with a tablet or a phone, and then they can control the ship's computer from there. If you're looking for a good horror experience here on the Switch amongst many duds, make sure to check out The Persistence before the sale ends on December 1st. It's marked down 80% to just $5.99, which again is an all-time low. Next we have QUAKE. This is an old school FPS from Bethesda offering unlimited hours of mayhem as it offers both local and online multiplayer action with online up to 8 players. The game has been enhanced and updated for today's gamers and it absolutely was a blast to play. Plus it comes with all new content developed by the original team of creators as well, plus all of the original expansion content making this a great value. You can even download more content and mods made by fans, which is such an awesome addition to this version of one of the most iconic FPS games of all time. Oh, and it even comes with crossplay from PC and both other consoles as well. Make sure to check out QUAKE before the sale ends on December 1st. It's marked down 40% to an all-time low of just $5.99. Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 are single-player survival horror games, two of many in the series from Capcom that will take players around 10 to 15 hours to complete. They were originally 3DS exclusives, which over the years have been upgraded and then ported over to the Switch. They take place between the events of 4 and 6, and the gameplay is more like 4 with a 3D over-the-shoulder point of view. What's really cool is that the story does explain a bit about how these viruses keep spreading with the Umbrella Corp out of commission. For me again, these are must-own titles on the Switch, as having these amazing games on the go and together is great. If you're a fan of the series and haven't played these yet, both 1 and 2 are on sale right now until December 1st, marked down 60% to just $7.99, matching their all-time lows. Be sure to check out their other games as well. Red Faction Guerrilla Re-Mar-tered is an amazing action title from THQ Nordic and offers players more than 20 hours of main story gameplay. This was one of the best shooters from the 360 PS3 days, and the remastered edition looks and runs surprisingly well here on the Switch. Now there is a slight bit of stutter and super intense moments, but nothing that will break the immersion or cause regret in your purchase. As far as third-person shooters go here on the Switch, this is one of the best you can buy, and I still can't think of any game that matches it when it comes to the physics-based environmental destruction. If you want a solid over-the-shoulder shooter, make sure to check out Red Faction before December 1st. It's marked down 80% to just $5.99, a new all-time low. Next we have Roki. This is a single-player platform adventure title from publisher United Label and offers roughly 10 to 12 hours of main story gameplay. You'll play as a young female adventurer on her journey to save her family that takes the player into a long-forgotten world of folklore filled with strange locations and creatures. The game features a unique art style and gripping story that is non-violent and has simple controls, making it good for younger gamers. If you're interested in Roki, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends. It's marked down 60% to an all-time low of just $7.99, again until December 1st. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game Complete Edition, is a beat 'em up for 1 to 4 players in both local and online co-op. This one comes to us from Ubisoft and offers roughly 5 to 10 hours of main story gameplay. It also offers one of the most fun beat 'em ups on the Switch. The animation and soundtrack are once again top notch, and this edition includes all of the DLC as well. The unique comic book art style animation inspired by the movie really does look gorgeous here on the Switch. If you're a fan of beat 'em ups, this one is top quality and definitely worth picking up, especially at the new price. Make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on December 1st. It's marked down 50% to an all-time low of just $7.49. Slay the Spire is a single-player strategy RPG from Humble Games, offering a main story that should last players more than 40 hours to wrap up. Now this again is a fusion of deck-building card-style games and roguelikes mashed together for a great experience. Like with many card builders, the key to success will come with trial and error, finding the best combination of cards to fill out your deck. The game world is ever changing, where each trip up the Spire will give players a new layout so the game doesn't start to feel stale too early on. Now as you travel through the Spire, you can find powerful relics which can greatly enhance your deck, making easy work of the enemies that you encounter. If you're interested in Slay the Spire, make sure to check it out before the deal ends on December 1st. It's marked down 60% to an all-time low of just $9.99. Next up, Torchlight III. This is a 3D action RPG from Perfect World and has a main story that should last more than 20 hours to wrap up. The game offers both solo and online multiplayer modes as well, and takes place nearly a century after the events of the previous game. The kingdom is once again under attack, and we have to travel out to defend it. Along the way, you'll collect gear and weapon upgrades and even pets as you battle through the different dungeons. Now the game has deep RPG mechanics and several different classes that you can choose between, giving the game a lot of variety to how you approach it. If you're a fan of the series, make sure to check out the eShop as they're all on sale right now, but for Torchlight 3 you can grab it up for just $9.99, which is 75% off and an all-time low until December 1st. Wizard of Legend is an action-adventure style game from Humble Games, available for 1 or 2 players in local co-op, and offers a main story that should last more than 15 hours to finish up. This is a fast-paced dungeon crawler with an emphasis on the dynamic combat system. You have to think fast and move quick, but if you can do so fast enough, you'll be able to chain together spells for massive damage bonuses. There are more than 100 different spells that you can find and combine in cool different ways, and this again gives the player a level of freedom to how they choose to approach it. You can either dive into combat head first, or let your minions do the work for you. And of course, again, you can do all this solo or with a friend in co-op. Make sure to check out Wizard of Legend before the sale ends on December 1st. It's marked down 60% to an all-time low of just $6.39. Alright everyone, that's going to wrap up today's list, but remember, more videos are coming over the next few days. Thank you so much for hanging out with us again today, especially for those that are celebrating the holiday. We're definitely thankful that you've welcomed us into your homes or your vehicles, and you could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to hang out with us today, which is truly awesome, and of course, makes you legendary. Happy holidays again, folks, and if this was your first time, we hope you enjoyed your first video, and again, we'd love to welcome you into the family. Remember, the giveaway for this month is coming up soon, so be sure to tune in over the next few days for the winner announcements. And as always, information on how to enter will be down below in the description. Thanks again everyone, happy holidays, and have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there, and we'll let Little Man take us home as always. Bye everyone.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!